see. I think this video should hopefully be uploaded before I watched it, because I haven't uploaded a video in a very long time. I got another job, so now I have 2 jobs, which is like fine, but like I was just getting into the routine of like knowing how much time I had like on the days like that I was working, so I just didn't film a video. But here we are today. We are filming a video. Anyway, I'm gonna get started. I also think my camera films like when I film a video, it puts like a weird filter on it when it goes to YouTube. Like the last time I sat here with this lighting, it looked like I had like there was like a filter, and like everything was like pink and yellow, like very slightly, but it just doesn't look like what I can see right now in the camera. I don't know. I don't think it's a me problem, so anyway, I'm gonna get started. The film I watched most recently was The Marvels, because it came out in cinemas like last week. I had very low expectations after like the recent Marvel things, and I actually very much enjoyed it. I rated it 3.5 stars out of 5. I just think it was a nice film to watch. I think I've seen so many like bad reviews, but I feel like they're only giving it bad reviews because it's Marvel. Like the film is not the best film ever made, but it was very like enjoyable for me to watch, I guess. I have watched Captain Marvel, so I feel like you need to watch Captain Marvel and maybe have like an idea of the Miss Marvel series. I haven't watched the Miss Marvel series, I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but I haven't really watched any of the new Marvel stuff, other than Guardians of the Galaxy and Miss Marvel. No, not Miss Marvel, the Marvels. But like I know who she is, and I know like character story kind of. But I think some of the reviews are a bit too harsh because it's just like a nice film. I don't know. I liked it. Anyway, the second most recent film I watched was a film on Netflix called Wingwomen. It's French. I'm trying to think of what the translation of Wingwomen was. It did say on the thing. I might have to look. Oh, it was like voleuses. Je sais pas. This was like a film about 2 women who like too much death. And then like he kept saying to himself, the character, like empathy is weakness, like all of this stuff, and I was like, no, I'm an I empathize a lot, and I don't know, he was just killing a lot of people, so it wasn't for me. I rate it 2.5 stars out of 5, but thinking about it, I'd probably give it 2 because I really wouldn't want to watch it again at all. But then again, that is my opinion, and my opinion is probably very different to yours. Moving on. This was a film I watched in the cinemas. It originally came out in the US in the summer, in like cinemas, and then like they just never released it in the UK or like at the cinema that I work at. But it's called Bottoms, and is about like teenagers, high school people who like 2 girls who create their own like group to like basically the 2 main protagonists, they want to like get in a relationship before the end of the school year, so they create like this girls fight club kind of to like get to know all the other girls. And then there's like a football match, I don't know, and like I don't even know how to explain it because I don't want my microphone just made a really weird in my ear because I don't want to spoil it. But basically there's a bunch of like football players, American football players, and they're just so strange. They're like, I don't even know, like it's not like real life society. Well, I hope not, but like I'm gonna try and I'll read the blurb or like the description on Letterboxd because I feel like my description was not good enough. Okay, so the girls create a fight club and it gains traction and is the most popular, and like the most popular girls in the school are like even joining it because they want to be a part of it. But then it gets kind of like too big, and the whole reason for the girls like creating the fight club is so that they can get to know the other girls and like maybe like get in a relationship with one of them. And then like people find out, and then it's just a bit strange. But I rated it 3.5 stars out of 5 again because I had no idea what to expect. Like I hadn't watched the trailer, but like I quite enjoyed it and it was funny. Yeah, my explanation was very poor of that because I don't really know where to start with it. But yeah. Moving on to another film that I watched in the cinema. I watched Killers of the Flower Moon. And I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4.5 no I didn't. Yeah, 4.5 stars out of 5. The first thing people say to me when like I mention this film is they're like, oh, it's way too long, that I can't do that, I couldn't sit there for that long. But it really didn't feel that long. Like it was just a very good film in general. Yeah. Sorry. But like I would highly recommend it. Like out of all the films I've watched in the last like 2 months, I think that was my favourite film. And I'll see if I can read the description, because I feel like my description of it is not like at the same standard as the film was. Okay, this is quite a short one. When oil is discovered in 1920s Oklahoma under Osage Nation land, the Osage people are murdered one by one until the FBI steps in to unravel the mystery. Yeah, so it's like they just like slowly get rid of them, so that then the white Americans could take over their land. And like the way that it was done, it was really interesting. And it has Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio, and then it also has Lily Gladstone, and I thought she was like, I think she was like the best part of the film for me. I thought she played Molly, who was like the main Native American character in the film, and I think she was my favourite part. Like she played her character very well, portrayed her character very well. So I would highly recommend, if you ever get a chance to watch Killers of the Flower Moon, that you do it. Then I watched Five Nights at Freddy's. This, like, I hate scary films and I don't watch scary films, but I went with some of my friends and I used to play the games when I was younger. I don't think I was like really that into them because I didn't like scary things, but like I definitely have played like the first and second one. But maybe like I was too young to like understand the game, because like I didn't really like get many of the references, or maybe they just happened in like the fourth game or something. But I rated this 2 out of 5. I liked the beginning and like the story itself was good, kind of, but then like no, it wasn't even that scary. Like I don't think I was at one point I was ever like, this is scary. I think the trailers that played at the beginning, like before the film started, were more scary than the film. I just wasn't really a fan, and I wouldn't watch it again, and I probably wouldn't recommend it to anybody. So that is that. I have nothing else to say. Then before that, I watched The Creator. Now this, it was a film I never really wanted to watch when it was in the cinemas, or like when it first came out in the cinemas. And then like I even watched the trailer and I was like, this doesn't look like something that I would be interested in. And then I went to the cinema one day because there was like no other films on that I wanted to watch, or that I thought, or that I'd already seen. So like this was the one film that I would have thought I would just sit and watch. It was very good. It was a very good film. I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars out of 5. Yeah, it was like, it's about AI, kind of, not really. It's actually not about AI, I don't think. Well, it's just about like robot kind of things. Let me read the blurb, because my descriptions are not descriptioning today. Yeah, it is about AI. What was I thinking of? Okay. Amid a future war between the human race and the forces of artificial intelligence, a hardened ex-special forces agent grieving the disappearance of his wife is recruited to hunt down and kill the creator, the elusive architect of advanced AI who has developed a mysterious weapon with the power to end the war and mankind itself. I really liked it. It was like, it's one of those films where like when I was watching it, there was no point where I was like, okay, like I'm bored now. Like I just thought it was very good. it scared me more than Five Nights at Freddy's. And like I just didn't really like the story. Anyway, then I watched Drive with Ryan Gosling. Didn't know what this film was, which I feel like is quite bad, but I gave it 4 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I watched Elemental. I also gave this 4 stars out of 5. I really like things, I don't know. I was gonna say, like, I really like animated films, but that's a very broad category. I just really like this film, and I really like the story. Yeah. Then I watched Last Night in Soho. I also rated this 4 stars out of 5. I thought this was really good. I'd really recommend this. I think I watched it on, maybe I watched it on Netflix, but I don't know if it's still on there. I just thought it was a really